Midnight Ramen is a minimally edited, live recorded podcast that takes place at midnight. Although Michael may not be consuming food, it's time to get your bowls out. It's chow time.
But welcome back to you. Break stride, sailing me. Free falling, just my enemy. Free from the things you say. It will all come back someday.
Ho, 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 gamers and other folks alike. I hope y'all are having a good night tonight. Yeah, you are listening to Midnight Ramen with me, Michael. Hope y'all are doing good. I'm just checking the quality of the, actual video itself. It's hard to tell, but it looks like shit on my end. It might just be on like OBS as being weird. Maybe that might be it. Yeah, I think it's just on OBS. I think I'm like seeing things. I was trying to adjust some levels stuff the other day, and I was like, I want to see what would happen because I saw. I'll actually get into that in a second. But as we get started, you are listening to Midnight Ramen with me, Michael. Hope y'all are doing good tonight. If you want to watch this live, you can go to twitch.tv/Meltedmas original, where you can interact in the chat live. You can watch this live. You can just happen live, unedited. You can watch the after show. All of this stuff for up to 2 weeks. You can clip this, except for the after show, which I tell you don't do that. Just trying to think of what else. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much the gist of that. But if you do miss it on Twitch, you can always catch it on YouTube, where I have every single episode up, as well as other content that I put on there, other weekly videos. And speaking of other platforms, you can go to Spotify, where I have, starting at episode 100, you can listen to every single one. I think you can watch it as well on there too. But you can listen to them, and you can listen to the radio show, the retrospective episodes that I put out of the what's the right term? Kind of like the original trilogy of just to the Star Wars. Like, this is the Star Wars. That's the original trilogy. That's kind of the gist of it. If you want to get the backstory, or get some more backstory and things I reference and things like that, you can watch the radio show or listen to the retrospective episodes, and get a little bit more of my time during college and how this became to be a show. Yeah, it's pretty fun. Speaking of other things that are going to be happening on Twitch today, if you're watching this or listening to this the day of the Thursday, the 19th of December, I'm doing at 7:30 p.m. Central Time. You want to come back here, because I am doing a live stream where I am rating every Mountain Dew flavor that I can get a hold of from this year. I'm not saying like the general flavors, because like I've done that before, and I don't feel like rating those. No offense, but like I feel like there's been a lot of Mountain Dews that came out this year, but like the general flavors that you can get anywhere, I'm not gonna rate them. Like regular Mountain Dew, like Code Red, Voltage, Livewire, I'm not gonna do that. Things that you can get everywhere, not rating them. But if it's like, at a single location, or say if it's exclusive for this year, or if it was a seasonal flavor, whatever, that I'm going to be rating. And there's a lot of them. Yes. Or if there's like a weird niche place to get them at, which when I was getting some of the ones today that like, I thought, I'm not going to have a chance to get it any other time today, or any other time before, because it's supposed to snow tomorrow and I don't trust the roads. Or today, it's supposed to snow today and I don't trust the roads with that. So the thing that I got a lot of them today already to do that, and in preparation. So I have them in the fridge, and there's like two, just one that's like kind of surprised me that I found it. Like, how is it even here? Like, why is it even here? It was surprising, very surprising, that I saw it and I found it, and it looks. I'm not gonna spoil. I'm not gonna spoil it, but yeah, it's crazy that I found that flavor where I did. Nuts. Anyways, the reason I feel like the reason that I don't, I'm kind of skeptic. I look at my coloring or color grading and stuff like that because like in recent episodes, right? I feel like more recently, I feel like my reds are a lot more saturated, and this episode doesn't really count because yeah, it's red. A lot of it's red, but for the video aspect, I feel that the reds are a bit more saturated, and I wanted to trim down on that. So I was messing with some video things and making sure like the color bouncing, and I feel like the quality just went down a little bit, or it could just be like saying things. I think I'm saying things. I don't really know. So that's nothing. But the reason I did it, I saw one of the guys I knew from college. He wasn't really a friend of mine, but like a, just in like friends of friends and stuff like that. We were in the same major and things like that. So it's like, yeah, I get it. So I wanted to say kind of friends, but also kind of, I really wasn't. No offense, but I a lot of the same friends. A lot of the same friends. I'll just say that. Well, actually, you can watch his video stuff now. I don't remember the exact name. Hold on, I'll look it up real quick. But he put out a YouTube video on his like top 30 albums of this year, and he's made stuff before, and this like is, I feel like this is like his first video that he's ever put out that's not like a music video, and it was a very good watch. I'm not actually gonna like put it on screen because I don't want to do that right now. I don't want to see people just see what I'm looking at, but I am finding it right away. Okay, so if you want to find the channel, it's it's Jack. Shit, I forget how he says his last name. Jack Bruno. How you would spell Jack? Capital J and then ACK space and then Bruno. BRUN, like an O and then a T, but the O has like the thing over it. Yeah, definitely French. But I used to be a huge hater of his because he used to put out rap music when he came to college, and it was that kind of like aggressive, like I'm too good for this. It's like, buddy, you came here, your music sucked. Like, I'm not gonna lie, his initial stuff, absolutely dog shit. Like, actual dog shit. But then he more like mellowed out and got into his own tone and got to know himself better. I feel like once that like edgy phase passed by, it was good. Like, his stuff is gotten a lot better. And I think he's kind of stopped making music and probably doing more on the side if anything else, but he honestly, cool dude, love him. And I know his girlfriend too. Right? I don't. Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. Yeah, they're cool people. Um, so shout out to them. And I don't want to also give their names, but the channel, but his video, like the lighting and color grading and stuff like that, the way that it looks, like it's a good video. It's a very well made video, and just like something to put out randomly on YouTube. I don't know if you had someone to edit it for him or whatever, but like it's a very decent video, and it's got very hot takes in it. It's definitely a lot more. If you're not huge in the music scene, I think like you're not gonna get it as much. But and obviously it's subjective because it's it's a person's opinion everyone's opinions change and is different, but it's very cool to see, people I know from college and school and stuff like that making content like that and making a good impact. I mean, it doesn't, you don't have to, nothing like too big, nothing too small. But I like that content. That it was very good. It's a very well made video. It's got some spicy takes on it. I'm not gonna lie, there are some spicy takes, but not like, oh, I'm gonna get angry over it. No, it's like very decent, good critiques. Even as like someone who was a radio DJ too, like there are like he makes some pretty decent critiques and observations of the sound. And of course, we were in the same program, so it's like, of course, you know, doing like some audio analysis and things like that and producing and studio stuff, like we get that idea. We're in that same vein. But it's interesting to get different points of views and takes and like, oh, here's why I think this is better than this, and the lyrics and how the connection to it. And like some like shit. You can connect to some just dog shit music better than some other like ungodly like pop hit wonder that people listen to. Like one of the things that he mentions is that one of his, or he has like country stuff in his things, and he's not a huge country guy. Like I totally get that. I'm not like that either, but goddamn, if you give me a good country song, goddamn, like especially modern country music. There's the more folky type. You get some good songs here and there, but there's the stadium country that I just absolutely hate. And one particular artist that I get that people like, you're entitled to your own opinion. You're totally entitled to your own opinion, but I cannot for the life of me get down with Jelly Roll at all. Like I don't fuck with this music. Like I get the appeal. I totally do. But it just doesn't like the like the poppy the vibes and it just doesn't work for me. It really doesn't. It's like you're trying to make it's like you're trying to make like pop beats work for country, and I does no. It's like that song "Happier" by Bastille with Marshmello. It's like that, and it just doesn't work. And I feel bad for Bastille having to partner with Marshmello. That's like I'd rather shoot myself in the foot than do that shit. Like, Again, I'm also someone that hates Marshmello. Actually, I remember doing a radio show with one of the buddies that lives with Gradients, and we both on like unrelated, like we know each other from band and stuff like that. We didn't really talk anything before we made an alignment chart, which is the thing that we did, or like I did on the show, where just basically take a subject or take the episode subject and put like things like for soda, like for colors, whatever, lawful good, whatever, and all that stuff. So we did that with like EDM artists, and he knows a lot more than I do. And we both said Marshmello was like chaotic evil or something like that. He was evil. We both agreed on that. Or like we got down to it and we're like, yeah, because his music sucks. And going back to like Jelly Roll too, which was actually going to lead me into my next subject, but like the amount of collabs that he's making just doesn't. I don't get it. I mean, especially when you're making fusion, whatever, you're gonna be doing a lot of collabs, but like, what reason does he have to be on the credit track, the main whatever song for the Sonic 3 with what was it, like, not Metro Booming, who the hold on, I'm looking this up. You know what? Let's look this up. Sonic 3 movie song. Run It. Like, there's no reason that he's on there. There's no absolutely zero fucking reason that he should be on there. Like, if he's a Sonic fan, cool. Cool. But, like, man. Oh, and Kid Cudi doing fucking, what was it, Sonic 2? The first two ones, amazing. What was it, hold on. It was something in the stars or some shit like that. Oh, wait, here it is. Stars in the Sky. Fucking amazing. I love that song. Amazing song. Dude, that shit makes me fucking cry because it's so pretty. That is such a pretty song. And apparently, like, I forget who I was watching or listening to. Someone went to the premiere of Sonic 3, and oh my god. And they, like, that was their first, Sonic movie that they saw. They were fucking bawling. They were laughing. They were hooting and hollering. Like, they were laughing, but they were also crying. So I'm like, oh fuck, here we go. And you want to know what the craziest part is? I predicted Sonic 3 in 2020. No clickbait. I predicted Sonic 3 in 2020. Or, yes, in 2020. So, an event that happened on one of the episodes of Midnight Ramen. This is right after I saw the movie. I can't remember exactly what episode it was, but I tried looking for it and I didn't find it. And plus, like, if I were to play it onto here, I would definitely do it, but I can't find it. And then I also need to, like, get it onto a mono track because it's only playing in, like, the left ear. In one ear. It's so weird. Like, yeah. But here's the thing. I mean, there's a lot of bits of it that I was wrong. I think the main bit that I got wrong in my prediction was that Amy was going to be in 3, and in 2 they were going to go to, like, other planets, which they didn't. And I kind of got the fact that they were going to go, like, find the Master Emerald. I don't know if I said that they were going to find, like, the Chaos Emeralds or something like that, but something with the emeralds made sense. I got that correct. I knew it's going to be similar to, like, Sonic and Knuckles or Sonic 3 for Sonic 2, the movie Sonic 2. It was going to be similar to the game Sonic 3, where, like, oh, they get Knuckles to be a bad guy, but then he's a good guy. And then I then said that if they made a third, they were going to add Shadow. And it was going to be similar to the plot of Sonic Adventure 2. Or in tone, or whatever the fuck. And, I mean, I haven't seen the movie yet, because it's literally the day that, technically it's the day before it comes out, but it's, like, the day that you can, like, that the public can actually start viewing it, because, like, the way that movie releases happen, especially, I don't know if it's worldwide thing that it actually starts showing at, like, midnight or whatever, but, like, here in the Midwest, one thing that happens a lot is that you can see movie premieres, like, the day before on a Thursday, which for a Marcus Theater is fucking amazing, because you get, like, a discount there, or you especially for a student, you get a discount there, and you get to hang out. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. I don't know if they do any discounts anymore, just like a general discount, but, like, they do a student night, and for a student, that's such an amazing deal. That's like a I can't remember exactly the price, $5 or $7, I can't remember, but that's a pretty damn good price for a movie ticket. Very good price for a movie ticket. And to see a premiere, that's really good. But I haven't seen it yet. But I predicted it. I predicted Sonic 3 was going to happen the way it did in 2020. Before they even greenlit the second one. Or, like, fully greenlit the second one. And wrote the story. I predicted both those movies. This is not clickbait. This is not clickbait. I like had like a weird spur of the moment. I think it was like right after I saw it or like a couple days afterwards. I don't remember. I just like had this like right before I went on the episode and I was like, dude, they're gonna do it. They were gonna do it. And they did. I think it might have been the same day. Because I think initially, yeah, 2020. Okay. So here's the story of how. So I didn't see it during the premiere because it came out during Valentine's Day of 2020. So I must have seen it that Tuesday. I think. I'm only theorizing. I know I have the ticket here. I might even be able to find it. Which I'll look for it in the after show if I remember that. But the reason I didn't see it on the premiere is because I was in a hotel getting shit faced. I got the drunkest I've ever been there. Yeah. So it was my junior year of college and it's spring break. And not spring break, it's MMEA. So basically it's like music education stuff and we were doing whatever. It's basically a retreat for music ed majors, but if you were in like the wind ensemble or you were like, hey, you can come down and play in the like ensemble for that, like the college ensemble, it's pretty damn good. So you get to tag along and do some stuff and get to go to see other concerts and get to go to the vendors and things like that. It's pretty fun. But that one, we all went to this bar like across the street from the hotel that we were at. And I started the night off with a seltzer and I had to eat. I only had like a little appetizer because I wasn't too hungry. I had like this like mozzarella sticks covered in Cheetos, basically, like fiery Cheetos. And it was a decent size, like enough to like say, oh, I'm satisfied. And then after that, we went to Target, the Target nearby. And me and my friend, the same friend that I was talking about earlier, so because we were in the same room, and that lives with Gradients. So me and him, and a couple of our friends that, hell, they're dating them. I know. Oh shit. Why am I? I don't want to dox them, but also at the same time, it's like. So for visual representation, his girlfriend. Wait, nope, not John. So Ford's girlfriend, which they just started dating at the time, was like partying with us because we were friends, and another one of her friends tagged along as well because they were tight, and I think all of them like shared an apartment together, and I don't know if there was anyone else. There was maybe a couple people or two in there, and what happened was. So we went to the Target, we walked around for a little while, and then me and I'm just gonna say this, me and Davis went to the liquor store, which was right, in it, basically, and we got like a 6-pack of like Mike's Hard or something like that, and something else, and like a bottle of Svedka, and like some diet blue Powerade to like mix the Svedka with. So we get back to the room. We start playing apples to apples. I think I don't know if there was another person there. I feel like there should have been, but I can't remember. Maybe a couple other people. I remember. I do remember the night, but like, I was shit-faced, but also at the same time, I remember everything from that night. So we started playing apples to apples. We had one of the most racist, absolutely racist cards where it's just like, it's not like you be mean, but like in the context, it's very funny. One of the most racist prompts, and we all just got the right same thing. It was just like just a perfect swarm of dumbassery. So we pre-gamed with the Mike's Hard or Apple Orchard Mike's Hard. I think we got one of each. or like a 6-pack of each, and we did that, and then we started doing shots, and like the size of cup that it was. So like if you go to like an event center or something like that, and you get like a little water cup, or like you go to a little party and you get like those little cups, those are the size of the cups that we were drinking out of, and not like a shot glass, but not like a cup, not like a big old cup like I'm drinking out of a can. Like kind of, I would say like at best half the size of this can, you know, in terms of liquid capacity. Half and half shots in the span of like 20 minutes or so. I had like 4 or 5, kind of like half Svedka, vodka, and half this, uh, diet blue Powerade. And I think he could. I'm still a light guy. I'm very light. Not like in terms of drinking, but I'm a light dude. I'm just physically light. Yeah, that went through me. That went in and then out. And I was like, kind of like, I was starting to see the room spin. That's how bad it was. But it wasn't like enough that I was like slurring my words. Like, I knew what was going on. I wasn't paying attention to a lot of the conversation because like my head was spinning. And like if I sat a weird way, I just like feel the world turn to the like, what would turn clockwise for me, and just be like, uh-oh. But there was like, got to a certain point where I'm like kind of like sitting face down in a chair, kind of like this, but like facing backwards. And I'm like, oh, I gotta go throw up. I sprint to the toilet and just started vomiting. And people were like, and everyone that was there was like kind of concerned. I was like, this is totally fine. This is totally fine. Because it was red. Like the vomit that I was releasing, it was red. I'm like, and even though I was that drunk, I knew why. It was because of the freaking mozzarella sticks covered in Cheeto dust and hot Cheeto dust. I'm like, oh, that's why. That's why. It's exactly why. It's not blood. It's not blood. It's just Cheetah. It's just rotten food coloring. Don't be concerned. You're not dying. But that's where I was for the rest of the night, on the ground. Like I only threw up that one time, but I slept in the bathroom. Oh, that was a fun one. Wow, actual fun stories that I've came up with tonight. Holy shit, I'm on a roll. You know what else is I might be on a roll. Let's see if that translates over to my magic packs. I had to get a light for it because the lighting in this isn't really good. So let me actually see if I can get a better light. I don't want to also tip this. Hold on, give me a second. So we got my final 3 packs of foundations that I have from this box. I don't know what I'm gonna do after this. I am financially ruined. I might be financially ruined. But let's see. I have good luck with the last packs, honestly. I do have good last pack luck. Now, if I can actually get the cards out of the pack, that would be cool. 1, 2, and then this final one, if I can freaking get it out of here. It's a cat token. What's the token on this one? Also a cat token. Nice. And then this third pack. It's an insect token. So I might look. Ooh, that one feels heavy. Let's do the right one. The one with the blue sprite. So we got Jesus Christ. Hold on. I'm gonna try to make it so I'm like I can actually see what's going on. That's close enough. So we got Mocking Sprite. We got a Helpful Hunter, Goblin Surprise. We got a Stab. Got a Gnarled Colony, Prideful Parent, Spitfire Larg, Shivan Dragon, a Ghoul, a Heraldic Banner, Spectral Sailor, yuck. Burst Lightning for the foil, in a forest, yuck. Not good pack. Not good pack. That's whatever. Let's get this one. This center one, this Burst Lightning one. So let's see if we can find... Ooh, there's a white... No. Damn. I thought I was going to get another, whatchamacallit. The, like, $4 common. Maybe I might get another one. Who knows? Rogue's Passage, Faebloom Trick, Infernal Vessel, if I can read, Wildwood Scourge, ooh, Time Stop, Chick. Behind that we got a Healer's Hawk, and then a foil Full Art Mountain. Oh boy, we really gotta hit this one big on this last pack here. Oh man. Okay, we got a Najani's Pride Mage. We got a Slumbering Cerberus. Garruk's Uprising, not bad, but Skyship Buccaneer. Ooh, Nine Lives Familiar. I think this might actually be decent, but not the greatest. It enters the battlefield with 8 revival counters on it. When you cast it, when the creature dies, if it had a revival counter on it, return to the battlefield with fewer revival counters on it at the beginning of the next end step. A good sack outlet. Then Offer You Can't Refuse for the foil and Thornwood Vault. So, ran out of luck. Except for maybe the cat. The cat might be good. I don't know. Good sack outlet, though. Or good, not sack outlet, a good sack thing. Thing to sack. Yeah. I gotta turn off my phone flashlight. Oh, yeah, it is the Christmas season. It truly is the Christmas season. I feel like I got most of my shopping done. I'm not going to go in deep into it, nor do I want to spoil anything. I got really one item today. I feel like I want to get one more for each person. I think I got to do like another round just to get, I feel like one more for each person. That'll be fine. Okay. Drink my eggnog, my Dr. Pepper with cream soda. Okay. So, like, I did some good shopping. I feel like the biggest one that I got was last Friday. I did a bunch of shopping last Friday and knocked out a bunch of gifts and gifts ideas. So I'm pretty much I'm most of the way done. But I still feel like I have a few things I need to get. We'll see. What else? And then before that, I don't really remember. I know I got some stuff, but I didn't really whatever. But I hid mine pretty much in plain sight. I hid a lot of presents just in plain sight. Or like out of view. Out of view that's like, it's in plain sight, but it's out of view. So you won't see it unless if you try to find it. And now I made that a game. So now my girlfriend can't be over until I've wrapped them. Which I'll probably do today. But it's also going to snow, and I also got to do the thing. And I also got to make a video for this week. Oops. But I already know the video for this week. That might actually come later. So I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. I think. Oh yeah, I was doing the episode for uh, the radio show, and I was doing an alignment chart for that one. I was doing alignment charts of Christmas movies. Uh, I think the biggest thing I said from that episode was that "It's a Wonderful Life" is not a Christmas movie, which it kind of is, but it honestly it isn't. Like if you say "It's a Wonderful Life" is a Christmas movie, Die Hard is like the first Die Hard. The second one is like plain, like a lot more obvious with it, but the first Die Hard is more of a Christmas movie than it. It's like, come on. They make references to it. There's like decorations. I mean, it's not like deep in the movie, like, super deep in the movie, but like they make a lot of, like, a decent amount of references to it. Like, hey, it's a normal day. It's a Christmas party. Like, the whole reason that they have these hostages is because it's a Christmas party. Like, duh. Like, some other things here, there, blah, 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 blah. But yeah. Irk. Irk. But the reason I say It's a Wonderful Life isn't, it's just, It's a Wonderful Life. If you're really thinking about it, it's kind of just and I say this in the retrospective segment because I'm literally just saying that verbatim. It's a Wonderful Life is pretty much just a Christmas Carol, but the main character is Tiny Tim's dad. Like, that's it. That's pretty much it. Like, the father figure is getting fucked over by the bank, who he kind of works for, which is weird. And also, there's like a lot of stuff. Like, there's a lot more stuff in It's a Wonderful Life that just doesn't make it one. Like, him losing his like ear or hearing in one ear. It's like, okay, that was during the winter, but what did that have to do with Christmas? And then there's like a whole like segment of like him getting a job as a kid. It's like, we don't need to know this. Like, this is supposed to be a Christmas movie. Like, yeah, maybe evolve into something later, but it's like, why? Why are we getting this story? Stupid. Like, that's why I'm against it. I hate it. And plus, like, the reason that it even became a movie is because it was like based off of like a poem or like a short story. It wasn't even good. Like, the reason that they made it is just because, like, need to just make something. And they did. But I think Christmas songs, I think my favorite, and I've played it before. I think off the bat, I feel like off rip, I feel like hold on, I gotta pull it up. I actually gotta pull it up. I'm not gonna play it, but Wonderful Christmas Time, I feel like, is like by Paul McCartney. I like that one. I like that one. It's not the best. It's not the best, but I like it. Get you into the mood, but it's also not like too it's simple, it's stupid, but it's also like, chill. Uh, it's not too aggressive. It doesn't try and insinuate rape. Like, well, baby, it's cold outside. What's in this drink? Yeah, it's just that. It's just a rape song. Uh, boy, yuck, 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 yuck. I think in my least favorite, again, going with the Beatles, War is Over. It's just so fucking annoying. Wait, no, that's also by Paul. Wait, hold on. Am I thinking this out? Nope, I was right. I am. I am a huge Paul guy. I am not a John Lennon guy. Like he fine, he did good work with the Beatles, but like he is the reason that they got into deep shit twice and the reason that they quit. And a good chunk of reason that they quit. Because they got into very hot water because he made the comment, yeah, we're bigger than Jesus. And that pissed off a lot of people. And then he brought fucking Yoko into the mix, which, oh boy. And I'm not saying that most of the Beatles were abusive to their spouses. I mean, John was especially that big, but man. But also Yoko sucked. And for like John's kid, he's trying to fight for the rights for his music over Yoko, who owns him right now. Or still owns him. I don't know if she still does. She probably still does. But like his kid should get the rights to his music. Yoko shouldn't have it. Like no. But and plus like it's not fun to listen to. Hear a bunch of fucking whining? Yeah, no. I'm definitely one of those guys where it's like, if I were to go back in time, if I were to take someone back in time with me, this is a joke, theoretically a joke. For legal reasons, this is a joke. God damn. If I were to take someone with me back in time, I would take Brendan Urie, lead singer of former Panic at the Disco, but Brendan Urie in the band later on. I hate his music. He's a good singer, again, good artist, good singer, but huge cocky bastard, huge absolute cocky garbage person, and I would go back in time to say I'm gonna stop John Lennon's assassination. Give the guy that shot John a better caliber gun and line them right up next to each other. But that's a joke. For legal reasons, this is a joke. I wouldn't do that. But as a theoretical, but I also don't think that Brendan Urie is probably like a huge dick to his kid and wife. Hopefully not. If he is, oh yeah, I do it then. I'd totally do it in a heartbeat. But also, he was a garbage person to his bandmates and went behind their backs multiple times and stabbed them in the backs and got them kicked out of the things and tried to force them to go to rehab. Which, like, yeah, that's kind of an okay thing, but then also took them out of the song and made a song about them trying that they should go to rehab on his own without consenting anyone else. And then took over the band entirely and just kicked them out. Yeah, real cool. Real cool. I get the reason, but also at the same time, dude, you got to give him a chance. You can't be a dick. And also, yeah, I get it. You can sing real well, but like that's it. The production of every single song is about him and his fucking mommy issues. Like, come on. Family stuff. Ugh. I'm trying to think of like family things, but I also don't want to get too deep into like family things. I remember, okay, unrelated to Christmas, I remember one. I don't remember the full details because I was super young. But when my grandma died on my mom's side, it was Easter time, so we were kids. We were like, me and my sister were young kids, so we had to. I think this was like just right after, like, post 9/11. This is obviously post 9/11, I think. And we had to go to her funeral, but we also had to make it so it was like, oh, it's still Easter, Easter Sunday and stuff like that. So uh they had to like hide like Easter eggs and things in like a luggage bag from us so they could like get it through and still like keep all that fun stuff. And also, I think it was snowing, and I think that was like the probably the first time I was out. Actually, no, I don't think that was the first time I was out in snow, but I would think it was like the first time I was like legitimately more out in the snow. I believe, because like one of the classic stories that they say that my parents tell me is like, yeah, the first time that I was out in the snow, just like walked like a couple of feet, turned like without skipping a beat, I just like walk backwards inside. It was really funny. Allegedly, it's like he walked right out, walked back in, just backwards. So yeah, that might have actually been the first time. Now I'm thinking about it, because like if I know any of the other times, I probably would have been like too young to really go outside without having to like walk, things like that, and play. Man, a lot of things have changed. Like my grandpa had like a house by a lake, and like there was like lands, we have land stuff, and we're trying to develop the land and do that all that stuff there. Like I remember when a lot of the houses that are there now just didn't exist. It was all field down to the lake. And we like at the dock, the private dock that we had down there was like a little house, like a little beach, not like a beach house, but like a shack. More or less is more for my uncles to get fucking drunk at. That was kind of what it was. But I remember that house too. Like, and they're like, and like even my parents were surprised that I remember that. It's like, no, I do remember that house. And like now where it is just a bunch of trees, which is crazy too, because like those are pretty tall trees, like equivalent to the size on like ones that were already there before. So like I don't know how that house got torn down, but it was crazy that it's just gone, because like there's a little like paved road that leads down to the dock. I'm like, and like that was there when the house was there. So I don't know how the house just disappeared, like just up and disappeared. It's very weird, or how they demolished it, but it's like crazy that it just gone. And like now there's trees where it is, like tall trees. But yeah, for years we've like basically tried to get people off. The crazy thing is, then my grandpa died like in 2012, and still to this day, like when we drive past there and we see like a bunch of cars are parked there that aren't supposed to be there because it's like a private dock, we still have people like saying, "Oh yeah, we talked with uh my grandpa who's been dead for over 12 years at this point. Yeah, we talked to him the other day. He said we could do it." It's like, my brother in Christ, he's been dead. What are you talking about? Like, no, you're not allowed to dock and fish and go whatever here. It's like you can't. There's a public dock on the north side on the north sides, like two public docks. Technically, sort of three, but not really. But there's two public docks that you can do that at. Go there. And honestly, those are the better, like in terms of fishing, those are probably the better spots. If for boating, I don't know. Just don't do it there. Don't do it on the south side where you're not supposed to be. Come on. Come on. It's not that far of a drive to get to the north side either, so it's like, why? Dude. Yeah. A lot of, yeah, and that, it's crazy to think, like, again, with, like, how crazy it is to think that, like, the houses that are there now just didn't exist. I remember, like, rummaging around, like, the dirt piles and, like, there's still, like, a little miniature, like, walking trail for us there. I mean, it's not as paved as it was back then. Obviously, that was, like, 2006 when I remember, like, doing stuff around there, like, 2006, 2007, whatever, 8. Uh, when we, like, kind of moved up here. And I just remember, like, hanging out there a lot and messing around with, like, some gravel piles and finding rocks, collecting rocks. I used to do a lot of rock collecting when I was like 8 or 9. Just all at on the dirt road. A lot of them. If I find a cool rock, keep it. Although I don't think any of them are actually worth anything, though. So it's like kind of like shit. Well, it's whatever. But then, oh man, I remember, like, there was also a hill. There's like a little hill where, like, the houses are now, or where the houses are, and I'd always, like, take a scooter, like, not like a push scooter, kind of like a skateboard, but it's got the, like, arm bar handles. I would go down that, like, me and my cousin would always, like, go down that for fun and just try to get as much speed. It's real, like, that's just so fun. And we, like, do wheelies sometimes, or do, like, basic tricks, but not, like, extreme tricks, because we didn't want to hurt ourselves. Man, those are fun. And then having snowball fights by the house. Oh man. It was also a good sledding hill too, because it was, like, right there, and it wasn't, like, too steep where, like, where the house was. It wasn't too steep that you couldn't make it back up, but it was also, like, big enough that you could slide down it and get a good, like, distance run and stuff like that. So, yeah. Oh, and then one tradition we also started on on my mom's side, that we'd really started doing at our house is something called the wrapping game. And for the, like, those who don't know, or those who didn't listen to the previous episode, and I talked about it in the previous episode of the radio show, or the retrospective one, the one that just came out today or yesterday. The basic premise of the wrapping game is you get, like, a sort of cheapo present, like, nothing too expensive, something under, like, $10 and below, like a DVD, or, like, a hat, like a hat with a headlamp or something like that, or like a remote control, like a little laser pointer or something like that, like small gifts like that. And what you do is you wrap them, and then you wrap them, and then you wrap them and wrap. You just wrap them a whole bunch of times, like, even put them in boxes if you have to, and bunch them together. And you get a hat, a pair of sunglasses, and, like, like, mittens, like gloves that are, like, kind of hard to, like, grab things with. And then you try to open the present with the gloves on. You try to get as many layers and paper off of it before someone else steals it from you. And the way that you get them is by rolling dice, or two pair of dice. And if you get doubles, if you get, like, a pair of 2s, or if you get a pair of 4s, or whatever, you then have to take the hat, the glasses, the gloves, put them on, and then start unwrapping. And when, like, there are times where you can, like, you get a doubles. As you're still putting the stuff on, someone else will get a doubles. Or like it's like, hey, it's my turn to get it. Put it on. Next person gets a double. But there are also times where it can go around the table like 2-3 times. It's happened before. It's happened before. But another trick that we'd also do, especially when we got later into the game, or like did it more and more times, is we get very crafty in how we'd wrap them. So like any like loose edges, or like edges that like people will be like able to get at, taped it over. Made sure that you can't get at those. Like you had to like grind at it basically. You basically have to like take a rock and beat it over. And like a lot of the times you didn't want to like punch and smash it, but that was sometimes the solution, is to get through multiple layers by punching it and like manhandling it. Also, there would be times where like someone would like actual put like masking tape over it, or not like masking tape, like the clear like packaging tape, packaging tape, I think is the right term I'm trying to think of. Like, oh, packing tape. Close enough. But they would, you would do that just to make it just just to be a shit ass. Just to be an absolute shit ass. But that would be more on the outside. Like, once you get closer, it'd be like, oh, it's just like wrapping paper and all that. Those are fun. Those are really fun. But doing it with like people that know and expect and are not like, oh, I'm gonna get a present or not, or like aren't too mad when they don't get a present, it's fine. But when you get little kids, ooh, yeah, we tried doing it on my dad's side. Oh, no, that didn't work. Because we had like, not like the kids, but like the grandkids of like the older, ones. Like they didn't like that they didn't get one, that they weren't getting a present. And it's like, well, that's how the game goes. Like you can steal presents. Like once a present is opened, like you can steal it from someone, like potentially. So the way that you would do is you kind of have to hide it, but you also can't hide it. So you had to be sneaky with trying to get it off of there as well, or like trying to hide it so no one would know. So that was a tactic. And you can make it so like someone, like you don't exchange it, you like actually steal it. So if like say I had nothing, but someone to my left had like, oh, this a hat, I could just like, if I roll doubles, I could choose to open a present or I could choose to steal. Once there are enough presents out on the field, I could do that, or at least a present. Then you can start stealing. But yeah, that's just the gist of the game. You take a pair of dice, you roll doubles, and if you try to roll doubles, and if you do, you put on a hat, gloves, and sunglasses, and try to open up as many layers as possible for a present, and try to get to the center to get to the prize. And if someone your competitors are trying to get to that too by rolling doubles and stealing, and more or less trying to sabotage and get enough time to get the presents. So yeah, I should probably get close to wrapping this up. If you want to watch this live, you can go to twitch.tv/MeltedOriginal, all one word, where you can not only catch this episode, but you can catch wait, no, you can. Or not only can you catch this happening live, you can manipulate how the show goes by messaging in the chat. Also, you can see the after show where I just basically edit this and trim it down so that way it is ready for like YouTube and Spotify, things like that. And then yeah, I mean that's, once it's up, it's on here for like 2 weeks and stuff like that, but once it's gone, it's gone. And then I'm also doing it like on Twitch. I do other things as well, but especially today I'm doing another stream later on about Debate 2024 ranking Mountain Dew flavors from this year or of this year. Yeah. And if you missed the show happening here on Twitch, you can go to YouTube where I have not only this episode, but have every other episode on there. Every episode. And I also have other, show or like things that I put on there. But, it's getting close to the end of the year. I have like only 3 more videos until like I'm kind of done with having to make a video content every week. I'm kind of done with it. Like I do like making videos, but I need to slow my roll. I need to make better stuff. Like I feel like for me, I need to make more quality content, and I do like making videos, but I want to make things that I'm not like, oh fuck, I need to make a video this week. So yeah, it's been fun though. It's been very fun on there. And also on Spotify, you can catch since episode 100 and onward. You can watch and or listen to these episodes. And I have the retrospective of Midnight Ramen, the radio show. So every episode that's happened, it's like 5-year retrospective of each episode. I have all of them that are happening for this semester. There's not going to be another one till like the 18th of January. So just a little caveat, but the last episode I just put up yesterday. Or today, whatever, yesterday, yeah, because it had been 24 hours ago when I started the episode, for this episode, because that's how it worked. Trying to think what else. I think, yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, that's it. I'd like to thank Gradients for the use of the song. Used to it off the album The Call. They're putting out more. They have 3 singles out for their next album. Let's see if I can remember all of them. I don't remember them, but I can just look it up right now. Yeah, so so they got Parasite, Twisted, and Comeback. Those are the first 3 singles, or those are the first 3 singles that have come out from their latest, or gonna be latest album. I wonder what they're gonna do for it though. I wonder what they're gonna do or call the album. I do wonder. But some pretty banger stuff. If you like, kind of metal, like hard rock music, it's real good. If you like Call of Duty Zombies music, that's the kind of vibe you're getting. Like that kind of hard rock. Like, It's not like, yeah. Works on there, I'd say. And thank you guys for listening, watching, and doing what you do, and all that other stuff. But as I look at the time right now, it's not midnight here anymore. However, it's midnight somewhere else. So until it becomes midnight here once again, I will see you later. But until then, bye-bye. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and have a good New Year. Bye-bye.
Yeah, well, just when I needed you, I see from a different view. Oh, baby, now don't be scared, but don't get used to it. Yeah, when I told her I can't let go, when I told her I can't say no. Oh, baby, well, I was scared, but now I'm used to it. I was scared, but now I'm used to it.